Hey, this is Christine Bauer. My new single, Call Me, is out now. You're listening to Hank Jr. on Hank's Corner.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Hank's Corner, brought to you by the Tiki Cove in Land O'Lakes. Of course, I'm your host, Hank Jr., part of Hank Jr. Productions, where I'm documenting life's moments through photography, videography, and, of course, podcasting. And today on my podcast, I have the one, the only Christine Bauer. Christine, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for taking the time to come on my show. And one of the things I always like to ask is where people are calling in from, because people know that I'm in a little corner in the Tampa Bay area in Florida. But I know from your social media right off the bat that you are in Nashville because you guys just had a great snow day. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. Yeah, we got quite a bit of snow. I think we got around 7 inches.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm staying in kind of a smaller suburban area just outside of the city right now. But yeah, it's been fun.
Now, I know that you grew up in Nebraska, so you got plenty of snow up there. Do you still like seeing snow, or is it more of a nuisance to you now?
Oh, it's kind of a nuisance. I wish that it would just like stick to the trees and stick to the grass and nowhere else, and then it would be perfect.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. I spent a lot of years up in New Jersey, just across the bridge from Philadelphia. And so we had a lot of snow, and sometimes it would be, a couple of feet. And when you're a kid, you enjoy getting out of school. That's always a plus. But when you have to go to work and start digging yourself out, that's never fun.
Right. Gosh, I think it took me 20 minutes to get my car all cleaned off and backed out today.
Oh, wow. So there's still a lot of snow on the ground then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I don't mind seeing snow maybe once a year, but here in Florida, it's going to be very rare when we get to see that again. So good for you. I saw a lot of pictures of all the artists out there kind of enjoying it. And, maybe it's a little nuisance for you, but a lot of people got some enjoyment out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. They said this doesn't happen that often, so it's kind of actually fun to be here for that.
Yeah, and it seems like it's kind of concentrated to that area. I didn't see too many people, outside of that general area there that was getting these snows. So you kind of lucked out, so to speak. Yeah, and one of the things I definitely want to talk about, about great things happening is your latest release, "Call Me." It's doing pretty well, it seems. Tell us a little bit about the song.
Yeah. So Call Me is a song that I actually didn't write. It was written by 3 Nashville songwriters that I am so grateful for. Their names are Emily Doty, Karen Kasowski, and Alyssa Griffith. And it's a super upbeat, fun song. I describe it as like a motivational romantic song. It gets your heart beating. I also think it's going to be a great workout song for people this season as they are trying to do their New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, and it's perfect timing too, because if you probably came out with it at the end of January, a lot of those resolutions may have already been broken by then.
Right. Yeah. So maybe if people are trying to get back into the gym, go ahead and stream "Call Me," and I think that'll get your heart going.
Yeah, definitely. And I know I'm enjoying the song. You're right. It is a nice little fun little song. And, just out of curiosity, are we going to see maybe a lyric video or a regular video out sometime this year?
I'm hoping so. I kind of have some ideas floating around, but nothing set in stone yet.
All right. Well, we'll definitely look for that. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and play "Call Me" by Christine Bauer.
Pretend that you ain't on my mind. I've never seen so clear through the smoke and the glow of the lights. I just wanna leave and get you next to me, so come on, come on. If you feel the same, then boy, don't be afraid, come on, come on. Call me whenever you want me. that we're there. I don't care if it's messy. I'm not into games and I ain't got any shame, so come on, come on and just call me whenever you want me. You already got me, baby. Call me whenever you want me. You already got me, baby. I'm hailing a cab and I'm texting you back, trying to get to you just as fast as I can. Call me whenever you want me. You already got me, baby. They say when you're alive, you should live like you could die. So come on. Yeah, why we trying to fight something that feels so right? So come on, come on, come on and just call me whenever you want me. You already got me, baby. Call me whenever you want me. You already got me, baby. I'm hailing a cab and I'm texting you back, trying to get to you just as fast as I can. Call me whenever you want me. You already got me, baby. You already got me, so why don't you call me, baby?
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. here with Christine Bauer, and you just heard her latest song, "Call Me." And like I said, definitely a fun song. And you mentioned some of the other songwriters that were on there, and we'll talk a little bit about the songwriting collaboration because you're a friend of a good friend of mine, Sarah Harrelson, correct?
Yes.
And how did you two meet up?
Yeah. So gosh, way back when I got started, oh man, it was I think probably 2016 is when we met. Um, we were both submitting songs through NSAI, the National Songwriters Association, just for like song reviews and that kind of thing. And I really loved one of her songs she had put out, so I messaged her on Facebook, and I had my first trip to Nashville planned, so I asked her for some advice, and we ended up meeting I think we met for dinner, and went from there, became really good friends, and now we try to do at least one co-write every month online. And I just caught up with her the other day. We got some lunch and did a co-write in person. So
Oh, awesome! And if I'm not mistaken, it says that you've done over 100 co-writes with her. Does that sound about accurate?
yeah, I think it's just over 100 if I'm right.
Okay, and for me, I can say I've done a half of a co-write with her because she really did all the work. But those that follow me know that I had Sarah help me out, and she actually wrote a song about me and my wife's marriage called "From Our First Dance to Our Last," and it's about Beauty and the Beast because that's who we refer to ourselves as. And she did a great job. All I had to do was kind of give her an outline, and she did the rest. So that's my claim to fame of a co-write.
Awesome. Yeah.
And do you remember the song that you first heard from her?
I think it was watered down whiskey, if I'm right.
Okay, yeah, and I was going to say, doesn't matter which one that you picked or remembered. Yeah, she's definitely got a lot of great songs, and she just keeps pumping them out. And you said that you have done some collaborations, but not only is it just songwriting, but you have an album out with both of you on the cover. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah. That was a super fun album to record. Sarah did most of the production on that, and I took a trip out to Nashville and recorded vocals with her, and it was a lot of fun, and lots of upbeat, fun songs in there as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to go ahead and play one of the songs that you guys collaborated with called Keeping the Date. And when we come back, I want to hear a little bit about how you got into the music industry.
We had set a date just 2 months away. Then he called it off last week. He had cold feet. The guest list is staying the same. It's already been paid. Different playlist, same champagne. There's no party to waste. So I'm keeping the date. I walk down date aisle, throw confetti in style. By the time we reach midnight, that dress won't be a white line. The guest list is staying the same. It's already been paid. Different playlist, same champagne. There's no party to waste. So I'm keeping the date. Set of gifts, best wishes made are going back to where they came. Take the ring or take the name, but this is here to stay. The guest list is staying the same. It's already been paid. Different playlist, same champagne. There's no party to waste. So I'm keeping the date and pray to be there in May.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner, brought to you by the Tiki Cove in Land O'Lakes, Florida. I'm Hank Jr., part of Hank Jr. Productions, here with Christine Bauer. And you just heard Keeping the Date. That was with her and Sarah Harrelson putting it together. Now, I'm curious. So, when you started at a young age, you kind of had a little bit of a different route, and you didn't even teach yourself to play guitar until you were like, I guess, 17. So, which I still haven't learned to be able to play the guitar yet. So, but 17 is usually kind of late for some people. But tell me, how did you get interested into doing this as a passion and then as a job?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh, I remember being a much younger kid, like, playing on my swing set back in the day. And um oh gosh, I think it's the song Iris that I used to just love to sing along to as a kid. But yeah, and then my mom, she was always playing music in the living room when we were growing up. So I'd love to do like little concert shows with my siblings and sing, but I was always too nervous to do that stuff like in school or publicly. And finally, once I got a job and saved up some money, I bought my first guitar, and I attempted to take lessons, but I was very bored with the lessons. Things weren't happening fast enough. So I went back home and just learned how to play a song that I loved to listen to, and just strummed along. I didn't even know what chords I was playing. I just knew it matched, and went from there. So I've always been kind of a writer also. I used to write little poems and stories growing up, and that really crossed over into me and playing country music. So.
Yeah. And so at what point did you, make that transition to where you said that you weren't, very comfortable bringing things out into the public, letting people see that, what changed so that you decided, hey, I'm going to go ahead and do this where other people can hear?
Yeah. I had a really good friend in high school, and I'm going to give a shout out to her right now. Her name is Kristen Doty, and she was so encouraging. We worked together at my first job, and she was the first person I ever actually really sang in front of, and she told me to just keep going. And I just had a phone call with her the other night sharing her the exciting news. I made it to a Spotify playlist with Call Me this week. It's the New Music Friday Country playlist.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah. So she texted me and we ended up talking on the phone. And so I wanted to give a shout out to her because I wouldn't be doing any of this if I hadn't had that encouragement from her from day one. So.
Yeah, well, that's awesome to have that support going on. And, from what I understand too, not only do you have support here in the US, but you got some support from way on the other side of the world in Australia. Tell us about that.
Yes, and then I also can't forget to give a shout out to Paul Ray. He was my first producer, and he still is my producer as alongside Grady Saxman. And I wouldn't have the music out that I do now if it wasn't for him. And he has been so encouraging and supportive. So he reached out to me back in 2012, and he had put one of my songs to music and asked if I'd like to work on an EP with him. And of course I said yes. And so I recorded vocals back here in Nebraska and emailed them over to him, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and I always, I don't want to say always find it surprising, but it never stops surprising me. That's, I guess, how you say that is the way technology is to make those connections for people across the world. Because I've interviewed several people from Australia, and it's like, when I was growing up, that would have never happened because there would be no way to make that contact. And, here we are in the 21st century, with such great technology to be able to do that. And, that, like you said, that helped your career. And for me, it helped get some podcasts, and it's just amazing. And of course, meeting these people is always so nice, and then hearing about their cultures, and you don't even have to get a plane ticket to go out there.
Right. Yeah. Yep. I always, I'm a little bit jealous in the winter because, Paul, down in Australia, it's summer right now for them. So I'm a little bit jealous right now.
Yeah. And one of the questions I did ask, I was always curious, and I still haven't really gotten too much of an answer yet. But, because the seasons are flip flopped and, we're going through Christmas during our wintertime, I asked them, how does that work when you're listening to Christmas music? Do you guys change it to have it like a summery feel to it? And they just kind of said, well, we just kind of listen to the American music, but it's got to be kind of different when it's, 90 degrees out there and it's Christmas time. But
yeah, oh, I bet it's got to be really weird. That makes me laugh because Paul, we just released a song called Winter Wonderland. It was a cover of Winter Wonderland over Christmas, and I know he loves Christmas music so much. I don't know if you can sense my sarcasm in the podcast, but yeah, that was sarcasm right there. But yeah, I'm sure that was kind of weird for him producing that during the summer.
Yeah, that's always interesting. And of course, for those that do follow me know that, for the Christmas time, I decided to go out and put a bunch of songs together that, I interviewed some people as well and got them to call in, but a bunch of Christmas music. And of course, Christine, you had a couple of songs on there. So, if you haven't heard it, I mean, I know it's past Christmas, but go back and listen to it. And that's one of the things I say, that when I'm listening to Spotify and I've liked an artist, and sometimes they'll Christmas music will pop up. It'll be in the middle of the year, but I don't fast forward. I was like, you know what? It came up. I'll listen to it. There's nothing wrong with a little Christmas spirit in July or whatever it may be.
Right. Yep.
Well, I want to go ahead and play a song that I know means a lot to you the year. And when we come back, I want you to tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Lot like you outside again. The morning is remembering the morning. 'Cause this time last year brought the worst of a mother's fear. And I can't believe
welcome back again to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. here with my special guest, Christine Bauer, and you just heard the year. So I know that this is a special song to you. Tell us a little bit about the backstory and why it's so special.
Yeah. I when I wrote the song The Year, I was writing it through the eyes of my aunt. We lost my cousin the same year that my first EP came out. And he passed away in a car accident along with a couple other boys in my hometown. So I really tried to imagine what she was feeling, and also a lot of that I was feeling as well. And so I released that song in honor of him, and his name was Tyler.
Tyler, and that is very special. And I actually wasn't going to bring anything up on the podcast, but because now that I know that the backstory is, and I told you offline that I did have a little bit of a rough week. My 23-year-old daughter actually just passed away in a car accident last week, and so it's been a little bit of a whirlwind to me. And hearing that about the year, and that's where that comes from. That just brings a little bit more special. And, I'm glad to be able to hear that. And, one of the things that I did when I was driving down, because it happened in Texas where, we used to live, and I drove down to Texas, and a lot of people were sleeping in the truck while we're going down. And I just put some music on, and some of them were tear jerkers. Some of them are, Christian uplifting. And that's the thing about music, right? That, it can help your soul heal. And I don't know how that happens, but that is something, about the power of music.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so sorry to hear about your loss, by the way. I didn't know
Thank
that.
you. And so have you used music in that direction quite a bit to kind of help, even if you don't put it out, to kind of help you deal with your thoughts and your feelings and just find a way to express yourself?
Yes, yep. I've always had music playing. It's just just good for your soul. And I can be more of an anxious person. I always have things on my mind, and it's just relaxing for me. So definitely.
Yeah, because in a way, I kind of envy, the artists that I have on my show, especially the songwriters that kind of put all their feelings into words. I've been known to write, but it's not anything musical. It's more like I could do a business paper or a thesis or something like that. And I've never really had the ability to, like you said, to start with poetry or put into a song. So I'm always thankful for the artists that can take my feelings and put it into a song. And I'm sure that when you play it on stage or you come up to somebody, even if it's not even the intent that you have on the song, I'm sure somebody's come up to you and said, hey, thanks for putting out that song because it helped me in such and such a way, right?
Yeah, yep, exactly. Yeah, I always hope that song kind of gives people some hope, or just, I guess, maybe not hope, but just understanding, and you're not alone, and we kind of feel what you're feeling. So
Yeah, well, definitely, thank you for putting that one out and telling the backstory to that. I'm sure it's not easy. We're going to go ahead and play Crumble. When we come back, we'll wrap things up.
Gave it up to a guy down in Mexico. Never saw him again. Yeah, I should've known. And my first real love gave up on himself. Yeah, that breakup was a living hell. I don't want another broken heart. It can't take it, not with all these scars.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr., part of Hank Jr. Productions, where I'm documenting life's moments through photography, videography, and of course, podcasting. And as we talk on the show, you do realize how precious life is. And it's always great to document those moments. But my special guest is Christine Bauer. Having a great time talking with you today. Thanks so much for coming and doing this. So there's a couple of things that, I like to have a little bit of fun with and, kind of see what's going on. So one of the things I like talking about on my podcast is food. I don't know if you're a foodie, but I'm a foodie. But I think you're the first one. I'd have to go back. I've done over 115 episodes now, but I think you're the first one that's from Nebraska. And so, does Nebraska have a staple food?
Oh, I don't. I don't think so. We have a lot of just general like American restaurants. Steakhouses, that kind of thing. But we also have a lot of good Mexican food, I feel like.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I'm a sucker for Mexican food, and when I got a chance to go back to Texas, or anytime I get to go back to Texas, I definitely love the Tex-Mex. Of course, when I go to New Mexico, I like their version of the Mexican food. But really, all the way out there in Nebraska, huh?
Yeah. Yep. My favorite place, and it's I don't know if it's not really as authentic of Mexican. It's more of a cantina style. But my favorite place in my hometown is called Gringo's. And then in Omaha, there's a really great place called Roja.
Okay. Well, if I'm ever that way, I'll have to definitely visit some of that stuff. And I don't know what are some of your favorite foods that you're eating, and especially there in Nashville. What are some of the places you like to frequent?
You know what? So I just got lunch today at ML Rose, which I love their burgers. Super good. And then I always love to hit up the Frothy Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked about that one in a Q&A the other day too. But I'm going to talk about them again because they're that good. Yeah, I love their coffee, and then they have really good breakfast, lunch, and desserts there as well.
Okay. And as far as let's talk about your influences. Who influenced you as far as a music capacity growing up, and who continues to influence you today? And does that show up in your music at all?
Yeah. Well, gosh, I listened to such a variety growing up. I remember even being a kid listening to I think his name was Meatloaf. He had that big hit.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like the first song I remember. Along with Alanis Morissette, and I loved Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Like lots of different influences. I remember listening to Gary Allan in the car, Shania, Tim and Faith, the Judds.
So you're definitely a 90s person, growing up listening to that. I'm going to date myself a little bit further because, I know you're talking about Meatloaf's song, I'll Do Anything for Love, which was his big hit in the 90s. But I know his hits from the 70s when he had the first album, Bat Out of Hell, before the Bat Out of Hell #2. So, but yeah, definitely a great artist. He's definitely fun to see out on show, but a lot of those other artists, are awesome as well. But who influenced you as far as your music style?
Yeah, then I think into my teen years, it was definitely Hilary Duff. I loved Good Charlotte as well, and even I had a Green Day obsession there for a while. And then in terms of country, I really loved the Judds and the Kinleys. And then of course Taylor Swift. Once she got her start, she was really influential as well.
Yeah, she's definitely influenced a lot of people, not just as a performer, a musician, but also a writer, as also a manager. I mean, that girl can do it all, and now, of course, she has captivated the NFL world by dating the right person there. So, one of the other things too that I learned about you is that you're an RN, correct?
That's correct. Yep.
How does that work? Because a registered nurse is a very demanding job, and I commend you on that, by the way, because we definitely need more of them. But how does that work with your music? Do you ever have any time to, get free time between your music and working?
Yeah. So as a nurse, I work in the hospital setting. I worked a lot in ER for most of my career, and was an ER nurse and traveled during COVID. But then I made the switch to postpartum, and now I'm doing both labor and delivery and postpartum care. So with that comes those 12-hour shifts, which means I get all my work done like in shorter time spans during the week, which kind of frees up some more time later in the week to work on music and make these trips as well.
And I'm always curious. It's kind of a good segue into the TV aspect. But do you ever watch any of the TV shows in the medical field, or because they're so obviously fictitious, does that bother you? You can't watch them?
I used to watch a lot of them, and then it all kind of changed for me once COVID hit, and then I just couldn't watch them anymore, and I don't know why. I'm not sure why that is, but not a big fan anymore.
Yeah, I hear that. So 2023 is now over with. 2024 is full force now. What should we expect out of you in 2024? Any hints as how this year's going to go?
Yeah. Well, I'm planning to kind of put music out every few months, and I'm just kind of hoping for whatever opportunities come my way. And currently I'm just planning to put out singles this year and hopefully start playing some shows again locally out in Nebraska.
Okay. And should somebody ever come see you play, what should they expect out of a Christine Bauer show?
Definitely a lot more. I guess you could expect it to be like a writer's round out of Nashville, a bit more low key, some storytelling, bit more easy listening music, I guess. I'm not sure I fit the bar scene, but I always used to play more wineries and coffee shops. But
well, I think you fit in here with our sponsor, the Tiki Cove. You ever get a chance to come down here to the Florida area? It's a nice little area on the lake, got a beachfront, and it is pretty laid back, nice family atmosphere. And maybe we can get a chance to see you playing out this way one day.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to. I really want to make another trip to the ocean this year, another beach trip. I didn't go last year, so.
Well, let's keep that in mind. Come down to Florida, but I do wish you all the best in 2024. And of course, as that new music comes out, everybody can check out my new Music Friday post where I list all the different music that I find coming out. And Christine, once again, thanks so much for coming on the show. You were a pleasure to talk to, and if you ever want to be back on Hank's Corner, you're more than welcome to.
Sounds great. Looking forward to it.
Everywhere I go, the only thing that I have left to what we had, it's got a tattoo just like you do, leaving tire tracks that can take me to you. Oh, with your shiny gun, you had no